So get ready to dive into something that's really got people talking, using ChatGPT to actually build customer journey maps. You sent over some excerpts from customer journey GPT.pdf and some social media posts too. And honestly, I'm pretty curious. Like, is it really possible to get that high-level strategic insight just from an AI chatbot?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those areas where marketing and AI are really coming together. We're seeing these AI tools like ChatGPT being used to understand and interact with customers in new ways we haven't seen before.
Okay, so you're someone who wants to make the best customer experience possible. And this whole AI thing definitely sounds like it could be, a real game changer. But is it too good to be true? Like, can we really go from zero to a fully built-out journey map in just a few minutes? Let's unpack what these sources say, and most importantly, how you listening can actually use these ideas.
Right, and the sources really emphasize how important a well-crafted journey map is for, well, any business that wants to make a great customer experience.
And we all know journey maps are super helpful, but creating them, they can be so time-consuming. And that's where ChatGPT comes in, right?
Exactly, yeah. The sources suggest that with the right prompts, ChatGPT can create a detailed map way faster than traditional methods. It could be a huge time saver.
Okay, significantly faster. You said, now you've got me really interested. What's the catch? There's got to be some kind of trade-off for that, right?
Well, they outline a certain workflow, and it starts with a main prompt where you tell ChatGPT to basically act as a professional customer experience strategist.
So you're kind of like giving the AI a specific persona, setting the stage for it to work its magic, right?
Yeah, context is key. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is where you personalize it. The prompts use these variables that you customize with details about your product or service. Like you mentioned handmade jewelry before you would replace that generic product name and details placeholder with something specific, something like one-of-a-kind, handcrafted silver earrings made with, ethically sourced materials.
So ChatGPT is getting insight not just into what you sell, but also your brand, your target audience.
Exactly. And by giving ChatGPT all those details, you're making sure that the map it creates is relevant to your business, not just some random template.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the source material talks about these 6 key elements that your main prompt needs to cover within each stage of the customer journey. First up is customer touchpoints, those moments where customers interact with your business.
Think of it like a map of every single point of contact a customer might have with your brand, like your website, social media, even word-of-mouth referrals, things like that.
And then it's not just about the where, but the what. What are people actually doing at each of these touch points?
Right. Are they browsing products on your website,
Yeah.
running ads, leaving reviews, maybe reaching out to customer service? Understanding those actions is super important.
And this is where it starts to get really interesting, because now we're talking about pain points. Where are customers hitting a snag?
This is where we find those potential problems, friction points. Maybe it's a website that's hard to navigate, a checkout process that's, too complicated, even slow loading times. The sources say that identifying these pain points is super important, but it's not enough.
We also need to think about how they're feeling. The emotional aspect, right? That's the next thing on the list.
You got it. It's not just about what they're doing, but how they feel throughout the journey. A bad experience on your website could mean a customer ditches their cart and never comes back.
Which is the opposite of what we want.
Yeah, negative emotions can really hurt your business. But positive emotions, that's like rocket fuel for brand loyalty.
So you want them to feel excited about your products, feel good about their purchases, and be happy with their whole experience.
And that's where the next element comes in, opportunities for improvement. This is where we go from what's wrong to how do we fix it?
Now we're talking. It's not enough to just complain. We got to find ways to make it better. And what's so cool is that ChatGPT can actually suggest these improvements based on what you've told it.
Yeah, and it even highlights one study. It said businesses that used AI tools to improve their customer experience actually saw their satisfaction scores go up by 25%.
Wow, 25%. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm convinced there's definitely potential here. But let's say ChatGPT's done its thing, analyzed everything, and given us a draft journey map. What's next?
Well, now comes the really fun part, making that map even better. The stuff you sent over talks about these follow-up prompts, and those are key to making sure everything aligns with your goals.
So it's like taking that first draft from ChatGPT and turning it into something actually useful for you. What kind of prompts are we talking about?
So the first one is about alignment with the business model. Basically, for every touch point, every action, pain point, opportunity, you got to ask yourself, how does this connect to our overall strategy?
It's like building that bridge between the customer experience and what your business is trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. And the source material even talks about a step-by-step approach for this. Like, let's say you're in e-commerce, which we know is super competitive. You could use this prompt to ask ChatGPT for like industry-specific insights, or even analyze your competitors and see how their journeys look.
Right, because a journey map for, say, a little bakery is going to be totally different from one for a software company, right? The challenges, the opportunities, everything's different.
Exactly. So this prompt makes sure your map isn't just some generic thing, but something built for your industry, for your business model.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So we've got our map aligned with our goals. What's next in this fine-tuning process?
All right, so the next prompt is all about personalized improvement suggestions. This is where we zoom in on the toughest part of that journey.
The part where customers are most likely to just give up or leave a bad review, right?
Exactly. But this prompt pushes you further. It's not just what's the problem, but how do we turn this problem into a good thing? How do we actually make our relationship with the customer stronger because of it?
Because a happy customer is more likely to be a repeat customer. I swear I read somewhere that getting a new customer can cost like 5 times as much as keeping an existing one.
Exactly. So it's about seeing those pain points, not just as problems, but as chances to impress your customers and build that loyalty. Think about your own experiences.
Yeah.
Haven't you stayed loyal to brands that like went above and beyond to fix an issue or make things right?
Oh, absolutely. It makes such a difference. Okay, I'm really liking these follow-up prompts. They seem like the key to unlocking what this AI stuff can really do. What's the last prompt we got to know about?
All right, so this lesson's a big one. Emotional mapping for brand loyalty. This is where I get deep into like the feelings and perceptions people have about your brand, especially in those later stages, retention and advocacy.
It's not enough to just get customers in the door, right? You want them to stick around, to be those raving fans who tell everyone how great you are.
You got it. This prompt makes you think about personalized experiences, engagement strategies, even loyalty programs. It's all about those good vibes, those positive feelings that make a customer a true fan.
So we've gone from that big picture view of the journey to like finding specific areas to improve and even brainstorming ways to boost loyalty, all with ChatGPT. Pretty impressive if you ask me. But how do we know if this is actually working, like in the real world?
That's where the final piece of the puzzle comes in from your source material. Metrics for success. You have to define those KPIs, those key performance indicators, to really see if your journey map is working.
Okay, so we're talking about measurable goals to track how we're doing. What kind of metrics?
Well, some common ones are things like customer satisfaction scores, CSAT Net Promoter Score, NPS, your churn rate, customer lifetime value.
So we could track like the percentage of customers who say they had a good experience at a certain touch point, or maybe how much money a customer spends with us over time, on average.
Exactly. And the great thing is, these numbers give you a concrete way to see if those changes you made based on your map are actually working.
I'm curious now, do the sources have any like real world examples, businesses that use these AI insights to get real results?
Oh yeah, they do. There's this one case study. It was about a company that does those subscription boxes. They use this process and they were able to like really cut down on customer churn. They found this one big pain point. It was during that whole renewal process. People found it super confusing and time consuming.
So they use ChatGPT to like really dig into that part of the journey and come up with improvements, huh?
Yeah.
What did they come up with?
Well, the AI actually had a few ideas. First, it said to simplify all that renewal language, make it easier to understand. Then it suggested offering more ways to pay, to give people options. And then, get this, it even said they should do this whole personalized email thing, reminding people about why they liked the subscription in the first place and all the benefits of staying subscribed.
And did they actually try any of that?
They did. And the results were amazing. Just those 3 changes, that's it. And they were able to drop their churn rate by 15% in just 3 months.
Whoa, 15%. Okay, that really shows you what happens when you take those AI insights and actually do something with them. I can see how this could work for like pretty much any business out there.
It just goes to show that AI isn't here to like replace us marketers. It's here to help us, It's like having this super powered assistant that crunches tons of data and then gives you advice tailored just for you.
This is all so fascinating. It really makes you wonder what other things we could be using these AI tools for, those really time-consuming tasks that could be totally different.
That's what's so exciting. We're just getting started with this stuff. Imagine AI personalizing marketing messages, like right as someone's browsing your site based on what they're doing, or even like predicting what people will buy in the future, but way more accurately. There's so much potential.
Okay, so just to be super clear, we're not talking about just getting some generic template from ChatGPT, right? This is about making something unique, something insightful for each business.
Exactly. It's like AI does the hard work, the number crunching, but then you use your own knowledge, your expertise to shape it into something really powerful, something that'll make a difference.
It's like having a brainstorming partner who's also a supercomputer. That's incredible.
It really is. And you know what's really cool? It makes these insights accessible to everyone. It's not just those big companies with tons of money who can do this anymore.
So what does it all mean for our listeners?
Well, if you want to create a great customer experience, and let's be real, who doesn't? This is something you should definitely check out. It can save you time, uncover hidden gems, and in the end, help you build better relationships with your customers.
There you have it. Who knew AI could be such a powerful tool for creating a truly killer customer journey? We've gone from that high-level overview to zeroing in on areas for improvement, even brainstorming ways to create those loyal customers, and it's all thanks to AI.
What I find really amazing is that this isn't just about automating the boring stuff, it's about using AI to actually think more strategically. It makes you wonder, what other parts of your business could benefit from this kind of data-driven insight?
Now that's something to think about. We hope this deep dive has given you not just information, but a whole new way of looking at things, maybe even some inspiration for your own customer journey. Until next time, happy mapping.